Bougie, what up?
Hey there.
So I wanted to start doing conversations with you because I find that, you know, it's interesting when you're doing these kind of things. It's weird. I'm usually in here by myself, talking to myself, knowing that it's going out on the internets. But then I'm like, it would feel way more authentic if I was actually talking to somebody I trust and talk to every day about all kind of deep stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's bring in Bougie. This is who I talk to. This is one of the people this is my confidant right here. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I want to talk to you all about some real stuff. The show's called Frankly Give a Damn for a reason. Frankly, we give a damn about a lot of things. I'm very opinionated. She's very opinionated. Sometimes our opinions match, sometimes they don't. And it's time for you guys to understand and see what's really going on. This weekend we went to, which was dope, by the way. So if you don't know, we're in the DMV area. Shout out to Prince George's County and all that, in Maryland in general. Of course, D.C., but, I'm on the Maryland side right now. Yeah, he took me to some place called Savage Mills.
Yes.
And we walked in there just randomly. I found a dope vintage varsity jacket.
Yep.
That place was dope. What was that place called? It was like antiques and stuff.
It was just an antique mall, in there. Yeah.
That place was kind of fly.
Right.
And then after walking around there, we happened to just keep moving around and found there was a black-owned winery. We peeped in there, then kept going to different little specialty clothing shops. But then we came around the corner. There's kente cloth strewn everywhere.
Yeah.
There's a runway, seats that look like a fashion show, and then we came to find out there was an actual fashion show, and it was a dope DJ. Shout out to you, brother.
Yeah, he was
official.
Really hot.
Spinning Afro beats, he was mixing like Afro beats with gospel, with Otis Redding, he was a problem.
Was amazing. He was a problem.
He was a problem.
He was amazing, and he was really feeling the groove. So.
Hell yeah. I was like, yo, we went and got his number. I was like, dude, I gotta holler at you, bro.
Yeah.
Might need to put you on something. But the dope thing about that was the lady that was running the event, she had on the big Sunday Glory hat, by the way. It was like what was the mom's name in Come to America? Owimawe? Olimawe.
It was like a combination of old school Sunday church.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the
right.
black church.
And they had there's a fabric store in there, so they was wearing kente cloth or whatever, doing a fashion show. But it looked like it was probably all her friends, you know what I'm saying, in the show.
Or her students.
Or her students.
She taught them to sew. So
right.
I don't know if the models made the outfits or what, but yeah.
Yeah, but that was kind of fly. She got we were just sitting down waiting to see what it was. But she got my attention immediately when she got on the mic. She was like, "This used to be a sundown town. This is the first time we've done a Black Anything History Month thing in this place. So pat on your knees to give thanks to the ancestors." Like, she was going hard.
Yeah,
I was like, yo, I
nice.
like you. I immediately got into creator mode. I was like, I'm filming everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the energy was palpable. I was like, yo, I'm feeling this. I don't even know what's going on, but I like all this.
It was great. I was impressed because I've been in there several times and I've never seen anything like that. Of course, I knew there was a couple of Black-owned shops in there, but I didn't know they were going to have that special thing. It was nice.
Yeah, that was kind of fly. Sundown towns. Interestingly, we're in Mount Rainier. This was a sundown town.
Yes, it was.
Okay. We've actually done fashion shows here in Black-owned wineries.
Right.
So we got it first, Savage Mills.
Prince George's County is a little bit.
Oh yeah, that was Howard County, right?
Further ahead, that was Howard County.
Yeah,
yes,
Howard County,
which is a different county.
Different how?
In that,
I got something in my eye.
just a lot of Black life and culture. I think that,
okay.
Of course, we're
like they don't have
over,
Black life and culture.
Well, we're all over Maryland.
Right.
Don't get it wrong, because we were a big slave-owning state.
Yeah.
So we've stayed here a lot, and there's a lot of free Blacks and a lot of Black people moving. But, Prince George's County is a different county in the whole country, actually,
Facts.
of upwardly mobile Black people doing their thing. So Howard County is not, or at least was not, that place. But there's a lot of Black people that live there.
Right. Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. Then we went to Arundel Mills to Dave and Buster's, and let me just keep it a whole buck with you. I'm not no young boy anymore. I know I got the little looking face. And, no. So kids everywhere is annoying to me.
Aw.
Get them right.
They're having fun.
Wipe their nose. Tell them to wipe twice, flush once type energy. Because that's how they was looking, like little garbage pail kids running around being nut. But we went there because I looked on Eventbrite, which, by the way, I never look on Eventbrite, but I was like, yo, you know what? I don't really know what's going on right now. So let me just look on Eventbrite. And we found something in Baltimore that was like some jazz wine thing, but it was late. We just went to the Sundown Town fashion show. I didn't want to go that far. So from where we was at, Arundel Mills was like 15 minutes. And we went to that, Dave and Buster's. And we tried to go to a comedy show. Now, this is the funny thing. Yo, when y'all do, first of all, we produce comedy shows. When y'all produce comedy shows in restaurants, make sure y'all have food for the people, man. Ain't nobody trying to sit around waiting with not no damn food to eat.
Right.
We watched, it was actually, the comedy show was actually at the bar in the bowling alley. Because we left, we went in there. It was a cool interracial couple. I'm emphasis on interracial because the white chick was hilarious. She was more funny than the black dude. He was just like, yeah, babe. She was like, if y'all trying to eat, you know what I'm saying? Y'all need to go over there, get some food because they ain't give us no food. And then I was like, oh, shit. So then we went, got some food. I forgot to tell Bougie, sorry. I was moving fast. Got you. I was moving fast. She left her hat, but she got her hat. But anyway, we went back. And when we got to the bar to eat, we were watching the bartenders and the waiters and waitresses have a complete meltdown. They was having a meltdown. Everybody in the comedy show was kept coming in to eat, but they was trying to get a la carte service. Like, oh, let me order here. Y'all bring it to me. They're like, nah, buddy. There ain't no tips over on that side. Tips is over here at the bar, sir, ma'am.
We don't get paid for
We don't get paid for that.
There.
That is the promoter's situation. They don't have no food over there. Crazy. Yo, if y'all doing comedy shows, please make sure the people gonna eat, man. Ain't no food, ain't no jokes.
That's necessary.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we had our food. And then not only did we have our food, because they was going through so much turmoil, they just forgot to bring her. They brought her sweet potato fries. She wanted regular fries.
Right.
And just because they got your order wrong, they took both of the meals off the bill and thought and were like, oh, we're so sorry. We're like, great.
It was more than the fries, though.
Okay,
There were a lot of things they weren't doing right. I couldn't get my drink. They kept
saying
you
they
didn't have this, they didn't have that, or
And by the time she told you they didn't have, you wanted like a Prosecco or something?
Yes.
By the time they told you that they didn't have a Prosecco, it was well into the meal.
Yes.
Then they said the food was cold. I mean, my burger wasn't that cold, but okay. My fries were kind of cold.
I think our waitress used that excuse to get us that deal.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to her.
She was
shout out to her.
Concerned because she was very busy. And
she was very busy.
We didn't get silverware. We didn't get.
Oh, yeah. I got my own silverware.
Yes.
Hijacked it.
But one of the bartenders was really complaining about everything. She was going off on everyone.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. Shout out to that waitress, man. She looked out. I mean, I felt bad for her. It was like a skeleton crew. But yeah, but that was our weekend. It is what it is. I want to talk about something real. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, one thing I noticed with all of us overachievers, entrepreneurs, thinkers, whatever you are, we got to stop being so damn hard on ourselves, man. We got to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times there's a curse of being gifted. There's a curse of being an executor.
Word.
If you're an executor, if you're a thinker, if you're a doer, if you're a maker, if you're ambitious, 9 times out of 10, you're being very unkind to yourself. Now, those unkind moments normally show up when, like, your money's low. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, why did I do this to myself? Why isn't it working? What am I doing wrong? Like, we try to figure out every single reason when there's no reason except timing. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's other things going on in the world.
True.
But if we really think about it, timing is probably the majority factor because you're like, what, 1 mile before the blessing?
Yeah, and there's a saying, never give up before the blessing, but you just
Right.
like never know when the blessing's coming. So you feel like sometimes you're just going in circles.
Yes.
And I do think that it's a generational thing that's handed down of Black excellence.
Facts.
I mean, I do think that we are Black excellence, but I think the pressure to always be better than the next or the other cultures is like, we are really, to prove that we are really these amazing people, and you feel like less than when you don't achieve. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, that's your question. When have you ever given up during pressure? Or under pressure, have you ever given up?
That's an interesting question because I think that I have, but for the most part, it's really weird how pressure makes you go in headstrong to complete something. I remember being in college in art classes and not getting an idea until the final hour, and then being up almost 24 hours to finish a project. And when I finish it, I say, if I had started this 2 weeks ago when they gave it to me, I could have not had to do this. And that happened a lot. Yeah. So I think the pressure kind of pushes you to get things done.
Right.
But the stress of it is not good. Like if you could do that over the amount of time that you have, I mean, it's like even applying for grants, they don't give you much time, but that pressure pushes you to try to get it in on time, and try not to make any mistakes, because you make one mistake in a grant application, it throws you out.
True. Yeah, that's real. And obviously, like, I know nothing about the grants. Like, you're putting me on game with all of these opportunities. I call it free money, even though it's not free money, but I call it free money.
Not at all.
Just because I be on the hustle tip. It's not free for that at all. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay in blood, sweat equity out here. But I don't think I've ever given up on a project when it got frustrating. I just think I've postponed. Like, I have no problem putting a footnote in something and coming back to it. Because the thing is with me, I am gonna come back to it. Like some of these things for me, they feel like, well, I guess every idea I have feels like a child, and I want to see it go from nursery to elementary to junior high to high to, college, and then honestly, most of the times I wanted to get a goddamn doctorate and a master's. Like, I'm on that type of talent, but I've learned to be more realistic with my ambitions and goals. There was a time. Now, shout out to therapy. Shout out to Tiffany. My therapist, like, there was a time I used to literally berate myself for not getting something done on time or with some kind of contrived timeline I had in my mind. Like, some of these deadlines are not even real deadlines. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you make your own deadline, it's normally just based on expedience in terms of how you envision something. But it doesn't mean the deadlines are real. Like, there's no super pressure coming. It's just my own anticipation for my own idea to mature. Yeah. So I've learned to stop being so hard on myself if it doesn't come to fruition in the manner that I thought it, because I also realize I never even know when I'm successful.
True. And there's a saying like, whatever plans you lay, God is laughing. Like,
Facts.
You think so? Like,
right.
It comes in the right time.
Right.
Like you say. So you just have to be diligent at it and keep believing in it.
Yes.
Yeah. I think sometimes it's really hard when you do create something just really out of your head that's a different kind of thing, and having other people believe in it while you are struggling and they're like puzzled as to why you're so on it.
Right.
Yeah. And sometimes when you think that you haven't advanced that enough for people to understand or get, that's when you start to feel like you not quite a failure, but not a successful person in what you're doing.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt like a bull in a china shop with your ideas or your endeavors?
There's been maybe a couple of times, but I don't feel that most of the time. Yeah. I have a steady personality, like I even if things are going wacky, sometimes internally it might be going wacky, but on the outside I'm calmer. Like I'll do my, my breathing, my yoga, my prayer, whatever, and I try to, stay steady. Once in a blue moon, I might be the bull, but it's not very often. I can't really remember a time when I was. So
okay,
yeah,
good for you, because I used to be like that regularly.
I'm not sure that's not. I'm not sure it's a good thing that I'm not that way. Like I think sometimes it might be required.
Yeah.
It's probably just not in me that way. Yeah.
I still think that's a good thing because, one thing I admire about you is you're contemplative. Mm-hmm. So you're going to take your time to kind of like measure and figure it out. Sometimes I'm just so adamant about getting something done. I'll just do it and then look later like I ask for forgiveness, not permission with everything I do knowing the times.
Well, that's kind of good. Yeah, I think too. And I don't think that this is so true for most women, but I do think that it is a gender thing sometimes.
Okay.
I don't want to like say all women are this way, all men are this way, because, I don't want to follow that.
Right.
However, I do think that the way that people are bred, that boys get the excuse to be that, whereas women, have to be more like you say, contemplative or think about what they're doing or not act that way. All the things they used to put on us. Mm-hmm. They don't necessarily do that as much anymore. Right. However, I still think it is a gender thing. I think, boys they can just go off and still, get what they want, demand what they want.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to take a hard pivot, but speaking of a bull in a china shop, it's interesting. Like, I would say the prototype person for me that always is doing whatever they want, regardless of the consequences, is Donald Trump. Now, obviously, I don't even like talking about this guy, as you know. But I will say this. I woke up today taking my morning number 2.
Wow, thanks for sharing.
And I'm looking at my phone, and it said he attacked Iran and killed Ayatollah Khomeini last night.
Oh, I didn't read that.
He killed the supreme leader of Iran last night. And his daughter-in-law, his son-in-law, kids,
he killed kids. I didn't know that
all of them
he had
died.
Killed some kids and stuff. Oh my God, he just really wants a war.
Yeah, he said, and then Israel started sending bombs over there too. So both of them was bombing them at the same time.
It is definitely Israel in cahoots.
You know what I'm saying?
And I believe that it's mostly Israel that wants these things.
Right.
And I think that Donald Trump wants to be a superhero.
Yeah.
A man who's never been in the military,
right?
Who's never done anything for humanity. He just needs to feel like he is the hero of everything because he's not. And it's really sad that he is really taking so many people's lives, like how he's killed people on boats that they didn't have any way to be judged of whether they were even carrying drugs.
Right.
He just killed them, and it's really sad. It's really a sad time for the United States. However, the United States can be, the people, especially Black people who live here, think about how they've treated us unfairly. The way that the United States has put itself in the world was a humanitarian country.
Right.
And it has really changed. And in that, and I'm going to pivot, thinking of someone like Jesse Jackson,
who they did not honor. They didn't put him in the rotunda.
They didn't honor him.
No
and,
love.
They used to really make fun of him.
Yeah, they did.
But he was steady from his whole life.
It's true.
Even if they thought that he was just trying to get in the camera to be somebody,
right? He
still did the work. And if it wasn't for him, even Obama wouldn't be president. If it wasn't for him, and especially in '84 when he was at the Democratic National Convention, if you go back and listen to his speech, that's the first time we cried at a speech. And I feel like he was really and also almost all Black people from the time of slavery to Reconstruction, to Jim Crow, to the Civil Rights Movement, to Black Lives Matter, to whatever, we are the ones who are holding America to what they say they want to be.
Big time.
And we do it for not only us, but for everyone who comes along, including white people.
Right.
And when you think of Jesse Jackson, and I've lost his name, but he was in the Black Panther movement, got shot in his house.
Oh, Fred Hampton.
Fred Hampton.
I just saw a video with his son, by the way. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's dope.
These people were not saying all of this for Black people, and they said it. It was for the farmers.
Yeah, Latinos. This one, that, everybody.
It was
they called it the People's Party.
The People's Party, and
not
they
the
were
Black
doing it
People's
for
Party,
everyone.
Yeah,
and the Rainbow Coalition.
Right.
If you even look at Sesame Street with Jesse Jackson on it,
right,
he always kept the same ideas. And yes, he was a human. He was a man who did some things that women have a problem with. But the point is that.
And I forgot about that.
Yeah.
He cheated on his wife or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But the point is that what does Donald Trump do?
Everything.
And what do a lot of these white men do that in the office?
Right.
I feel like
Bill Gates just admitted to 2 affairs at his I guess he has like a Bill Gates Foundation town hall, and the staff get to ask him questions, and they were like, what about you in the Epstein files? He was like, my relationship with Epstein, I regret it. I was never around for anything illicit, but I did cheat on my wife 2 times.
Yeah, well, he was the one who said that his wife left him.
Yeah.
But she said, they said that he tried to figure out how to give her some drugs without her knowing it, so that she wouldn't get an STD that he had contracted.
Bill, you nasty,
he
son.
Tried to do that with Epstein. So
yeah,
I'm just like, these men, they're men, and we can't hold them to anything like angelic. However, I still don't think the things that you can't really compare pain of another woman.
Yes.
But I don't feel like Jesse Jackson did that kind of thing.
Right.
And I feel like he was, of anybody, he should have been held up. Yeah.
He definitely should have been held up. Yeah. You're right. People tried to clown Jesse for so long. Like, this is my other thing too. And I hate to say this because I feel like I'm the only person that thinks this way. I'm going to start holding comedians accountable, man. Like, sometimes the jokes go too far.
They
you know
go
what I'm saying?
too far.
Like, I get it. The thing that we have to remember is the chief export in this country is like black entertainment. Completely. Like, it is one of America's chief exports. And it becomes everybody's running joke, things that we create in the community, things that get amplified by famous comedians. And when we start clowning our own, a lot of times what happens is that the reverberation creates a stain on that person's reputation that they can never get past, because now you've completely joked them into oblivion in terms of their legacy on some level, in a pop culture sense.
Yeah.
Why do I say this? There's nobody that's going to play with Minister Farrakhan's name.
Right.
You're not going to do it. And if you try to do it, he's going to come vehemently at you. Like, he's not going to allow you to get away with the slight. Plus, everybody respects the discipline level of the Nation of Islam. So it's like, because Jesse Jackson or Al Sharpton, these guys are a little more liberal, loose, Christian, they're open targets. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. We're just blowing off steam. But I just feel like sometimes in terms of our comedians, I think we need to have a boundary line, because some things are not funny. You know what I'm saying?
Funny. And I as a person who's about healing, emotional, social healing, I noticed even as a child, I did not like joning. Like, I think that a lot of
y'all
times.
heard where she said that? Joning.
What do you call it?
No, you said it right. It's just you said it so properly. When the DVs were like Joning Young or some shit like that. Respectfully, don't come for me. I'm not from here. My bad. I love y'all. Y'all always show me love, and I want to remain the lovable. But you just said it in a way that is not endemic.
Okay.
To the tribal vocal patterns of this market. Joning.
I think if I said
you always sound, you're like the only Californian not from California. Yo. You're crazy with it. But go ahead.
Like California. That's really hilarious. I always had a problem with it, because what I see is when people are doing that to each other, they're trying to hurt you.
Yeah.
And it gets deeper, and you have other people laughing, and it's like, maybe the bully is the one who is hurting as well. And so they're trying to hold you up as the problem so they can laugh at you instead of themselves.
Right.
But I do think that it also comes from the psychological effects of slavery.
The facts.
I do. And I feel like that's how all of it is created.
Right.
And it's pain. It's pain. And you're trying to take away your own pain by putting it on someone else.
Boom.
And the idea of you putting it on someone else is crazy to me, because you're in the pain.
You're in the pain.
You know how it feels. So that really confuses me.
No, that's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Y'all should have did Jesse better than that. Let's be clear. And I'm gonna say all of us, as a matter of fact. Like, I should have did something for Jesse too. Like, not that you know, like, I don't know, I do videos all the time about interesting topics. I feel like actually, you just gave me one. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the fact that he laid the foundation for Obama. It might seem obvious, but I think it's not obvious to this generation, actually. I think.
Oh, yeah, because
I don't think
know.
they don't.
They don't know enough.
Yeah.
And, they always used to talk about how he just wanted to be in the camera.
Right.
Well, he might have been an opportunist, but he was trying to do the work.
I mean, but that's what politicians do. I mean,
right.
when you're...
But this was before he was a politician, though.
Oh,
okay. He was just civil
community
rights.
Activist, yeah.
Community activist. But he wanted that.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, at the end of the day, not everybody's trying to be the voice of a community. And and if you're going to utilize the bigger bullhorn, somebody does have to be the one to kind of commute information.
Back.
Yeah, he did. Oh, that's right.
He did that. Like, come on. Like, I don't...
No, he's dope.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean...
And then I also think that he was a little bit jealous of Obama winning.
He was. I mean, we heard him on the microphone.
But think about this. You spend all of your life fighting for civil rights.
Right.
You did an amazing thing at the 84 you know.
Yeah,
I can't even think of the name of it right now.
Democratic National Convention.
Yeah. And you are still laughed at.
Yeah.
And then a guy comes from... He really wasn't from nowhere, but it appears that he came out of nowhere.
Sort of.
And he has this personality and he wins.
Right.
You are happy for him. Those tears were happy and sadness and jealousy that he had for that. And that's what another thing that we do to each other too is we talk. We expect so much from a person like Obama.
Yeah.
Like he has to be the savior of black people when he's really just trying to be the president of a whole country, but also get black stuff in there.
That's right.
You know, so
and he's a man.
And he's a man. And I think we're really, really hard on our people when the black excellence is a thing.
No, it is. I mean, I always looked at Obama as Jackie Robinson, you know, like he's up first.
Yeah.
I hate the fact that we still are in the era of firsts all the time in our community, right? Because there was so much ground we still have to make up based on the conditions that were placed upon us. But you know, I think to Jesse's humanity, he wanted to be first, obviously, but I think he thought Obama was a plant. And a lot of people probably did at some level. And the fact that he is half white might have been an issue for some people. Like, he's the acceptable version of blackness for America and all this kind of stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, I respect Obama's legacy. I respect Obama's what he did as Jackie Robinson, meaning he had to be the one to showcase leadership in a way that was complementary to America's immediate rage against blackness. So I understand that there's certain things he couldn't do for us.
Right.
A lot of people are not going to give him a pass on that in our community. They think he could have did more. They think he did more for the LGBTQ. And legislatively, he did. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to look at that as the stain on his name. I'm going to say he did what he could.
But I think the thing about the LGBTQ thing is that it was open. It was open what he did. For African Americans, what he did was not open. And I think that it had to be that way. Like, I think that when you think about healthcare, I was a person talking about being an entrepreneur. I did not have it for in between a certain like a job and a
ditto.
And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have had it at a time when I really needed it.
Right.
And that saved me.
Right.
That was everything. And yes, a lot of white people, you know, got the same thing.
Right.
But it was for us. Don't get it twisted.
Right.
You know.
Big time.
And I feel like those are the kind of things that had to happen.
Right.
Because if you think about the way that the world is now, it was just quiet before Obama.
Right.
So you try to do something for us, you're going to get polarized. You're going to get polar, whatever that word is. You're going to get
polarized.
You're going to get really brought down. Anything for us just seems to be a problem. Like, I still to this point do not know why they hate us.
We can get into that. But they tried to Jesse Jackson Obamacare, by the way. Like, they tried to make Obamacare sound like a joke.
And it was really not even called Obamacare.
It's the Affordable Health Care Act. So even the label Obamacare is them trying to joke on the effort to help people.
Even to the point where white people who had Obamacare.
Right.
They didn't even know what the American health care was. They talk so bad about Obamacare when a person says to him, it was a comedian, it was like,
Right.
do you know it's the same thing as the American Health Care Act? And they're
Right.
like stunned.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because the branding job was so well done against it by those who wanted to be dissenters. I mean, to this day, obviously, Donald Trump is still trying to destroy Obama's image.
Yeah.
Just off GP is like, no. Like, we have to erase everything he did. It's crazy.
It just bothers him.
Yeah, it does.
Any black man who is that approved of or loved, he cannot stand it.
Yeah, I'm going to, between the Iran war that he's now created, I'm going to probably compare him more to Truman. But he's like a more souped up version of Truman. He's like Truman, Eisenhower. Like, he's like a few guys in one. Who's the guy that watched Birth of a Nation in the White House? That president.
Which one did that? That was
I forgot his name. There's a school out here named after him too.
Well, there's a school named after all those.
Right.
Folks,
yeah, but all of those presidents, like his, his favorite president, Trump's favorite president is Andrew Jackson, who eradicated the Native Americans.
Oh my God.
And obviously was a staunch Confederate. Yeah, I forgot the name of that president.
It was Woodrow Wilson.
Woodrow Wilson. So he's like, but Woodrow Wilson tried to look like he was an intelligent person. But he's like, Trump is like a mix of like Woodrow Wilson, Harry Truman. Like, he's all of these dudes, and Eisenhower. Like, he wants to feel like a general, which is why he made head chef, whatever, the director of war games and all this kind of crazy stuff that he's doing. But Truman's the one that dropped the bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right?
I don't know the history of all of that.
No, it was Truman.
I just know they're all crazy.
Truman was Pearl Harbor. Truman is all of that. You know what I'm saying? No. I'm sorry. Nagasaki, Hiroshima is Vietnam, right?
Yeah,
so that's Nixon.
Okay.
Truman is Pearl Harbor.
Okay.
Yeah, Truman is Pearl Harbor, I believe. But if I'm not mistaken, I think, or Hiroshima, whatever. Truman dropped the first bomb. I know that. The first real bomb was Truman, if I'm not mistaken. Like, they be on that eradication game plan.
I thought there was a different president.
I think it was Truman. I got my phone right here, too. Which U.S. president dropped the first atom bomb? What? My thing's tripping.
It was Roosevelt. So I was thinking it was Roosevelt.
Oh, Roosevelt.
I don't think that he was as bad as those other ones, Truman, and at least his wife wasn't. So.
Wait, let me see, because I know. Did Harry Truman drop a bomb? I know he did something. Yes. President Harry S. Truman authorized the use of atom bombs on Japan.
Okay.
In August 1945 to end World War II.
Okay.
He made the decision to drop bombs on Hiroshima on August 6th and Nagasaki.
Okay.
That's what he did. So he dropped those bombs.
I don't know if it was Wilson or Truman who, when they got into the government, Black people were already, especially in Washington, D.C., were working for the federal government.
Right.
And they had high positions. But when this other president became president, he ended all of those positions. He took them all out, and it was awful.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know Trump is like an amalgamation of a bunch of bad presidents, for real. Like, he's like the worst version, because back to Bull in the China Shop. He's a bull in the China shop on the world stage. Like, he goes and hijacks the Venezuelan president, puts him in prison. He's killed Ayatollah Khomeini. Like, people have to think the Greenland thing is probably going to happen, because you waking up to him just doing takeovers. So I don't think his Greenland threats are idle at all.
I don't think he can take Greenland, though.
I think he's going to try.
Yeah, I mean, I think
he's going to try.
I think he kind of took back. Plus, he thinks it's Iceland. Yeah.
He said it's because it's strategically located against Russia. Like, if you have that, you're not going to get close enough to us on this side. But I don't know, man. The whole thing is crazy. He's making enemies, and he has already enemies in Canada. Like this whole thing is
really
nuts,
messed up all of his protection from Canada to Mexico because he's so, I don't want to say it. He's just dumb.
Yeah, he's just dumb.
And he's really just about himself. And he keeps saying that he's not going to get into heaven. And
he said that?
Yeah, he said that. He said a lot of it. He said, do
you believe in heaven?
More than one time.
I have conflicting ideas.
I think that heaven and hell are on earth.
There we go. Now that's what I definitely believe.
I think that you do a lot of things and you put yourself in your own hell.
Facts.
And I think that, but I do think that there is a, I believe in God, and I believe in creation and the universe.
Right.
And I still believe in the golden rule. I also believe in what you put in the earth returns to you, and it doesn't return the same way you put it in there.
Right.
And it may not be at the same time, but I do believe that there's grace and beauty and love. And I also think that the physical earth and the universe, the planet, is responding to us.
True.
And I believe this is why we're having so much of the energy of climate change and disasters.
Right.
And the people are disastrous.
Big time.
They're cruel to each other. They're doing cruel things to the earth. They don't care. It's like, I think that all of that is, I think the universe is God, and that's it. That is the whole thing moving. I don't have a real definitive answer for the question.
Yeah.
But I feel like even though we have a Bible and we can follow it, I do think that it came from a mind that was filled with a godlike presence when they were writing it. But I also think it's for the living. I think it, you know what I'm saying? I think it grows and changes with us. I think that it's how to live in a world and be kind. That's how I think. I think that a lot of men wrote it, and there were women who have written stuff. They didn't put it in. There are a lot of books that weren't put into the Bible.
Right.
And so I think that, there were men making choices of what could go in there. And there could be other things in there that we don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's getting deep. I love this. I love the fact that we started this way, Bougie. I appreciate you. I'm gonna wrap it up, man. Thank you guys for listening to Frankly Give a Damn. We're gonna definitely get the sultry sounds of Bougie early and often, so you guys don't have to listen to my little ass all day. But no, this has been great. A great start. As you see, we're gonna go into various topics.
Yeah.
But it's awesome. At the very end, I do want to end with something. This is not scripted. She didn't know I was going to ask for this. You did this thing when I did a speech one time. I called it, I think, an incantation or whatever it was, but invocation?
Invocation.
Okay.
Yeah, you did call it that.
Can you give us something closing for people to leave with, to just, take with them along their journey?
Wow.
With our first episode in this way. Anything. It doesn't matter.
Wow,
I'm going to close my eyes.
This is just like on the spot, so I'm going to try.
Okay.
I just think that right now, what we need is a moment where you do close your eyes, and then you breathe in, and when you breathe in, you think of yourself as breathing from the earth all the way up to your head. And as you breathe out, you think of the sun. And as you push out, you fill your body with the rays of the sun. And as the earth and the sun meet in the middle, and you breathe it through your whole body, you remember that you belong here. You remember that there's a purpose for your life. And with love and care, you can dictate the peace and love you want for yourself and the world. Thank you.
Amen. Frankly, give a damn. Thank you, Bougie.
Peace.